Do you like Danganronpa? Do you like Zero Escape? Do you like Your Turn to Die? How about I, the Somnium Files? If you like games like that, what if I told you that there's a game out there that you probably haven't even heard of, that you haven't played yet? Well, today I wanted to make this video to go ahead and possibly get you guys interested in a game that nobody's talking about. So before we jump into the video, if you guys could hit that like button, I would truly appreciate it. It helps me out in the YouTube algorithm. You guys have been so supportive recently, so I know you guys won't fail me on that. So with all that being said, let's just jump into the video and show you guys a game that you definitely need to play right now. Buried Stars. You probably haven't heard of this game since the game literally has zero press, like I said earlier, which is completely bananas because this game is phenomenal. I don't know how games like this just kind of fly under the radar, especially nowadays, since people are really interested in murder mystery games nowadays. So it literally baffles me that no one was talking about this game before. I personally was lucky to be introduced to this game due to my friends Mini and Crosspaw Games. They are the creators of Danganronpa Shattered Hope, which is a phenomenal fan game, by the way. You know, I'm always talking about Shattered Hope. I have plenty of reaction videos here. Check out their channel, should be on the screen right now. I remember a few months back, they were ranting and raving about this game, and I was getting so annoyed because I was like, what the heck? I've never seen both of them so excited about a game. So I know that like if Crosspaw Games likes a game, I'm pretty much gonna like it too. I feel like our tastes are pretty similar because I know Crosspaw also likes I, the Somnium Files like I do, and he also likes Your Turn to Die. So I'm like, if Crosspaw is liking this, it's gotta be something special. So I was like, hold up, I might need to check this game out real quick. Let me see what this is all about. So normally when somebody rants or raves about a game specifically, or they're recommending me a game, I do two things. One, I check out a trailer because you ain't catching me slipping, all right? I need to see what that gameplay is looking like. I need to see what the art direction's looking like, and I need to see where this story's going. I just need a little snippet of all of that. If that's looking good, then number two on my list is I check to see who has played the game. I go and check out all the Let's Plays that are currently available. 9 times out of 10, if a popular YouTuber or a couple popular YouTubers are playing the game, it might be pretty good. Specifically for Your Turn to Die, I remember when people were recommending me that game, I was like, all right, let me look up a Let's Play. And I looked up a Let's Play because I couldn't find a trailer of Your Turn to Die. So I looked up a Let's Play, and I remember Manly Badass Hero was playing it, and I was like, oh, I love him. So I watched like part 1 of his Let's Play, and I was like, all right, I think I want to check this out for myself. If Manly's playing it, it's gotta be good. Now the case for Buried Stars is I saw like maybe about 2 or 3 people Let's playing it. A couple of them were finished. I think one was still kind of like in transition, like he was still playing it. And I was like, dang, these are some small creators, which is super unheard of because I feel like every game nowadays, even obscure games, usually get covered by someone. Now something that a lot of you guys probably don't know is this game is actually developed by a Korean developer named Line Game. I haven't seen any of their other games that they've done, but they have a new game coming out that looks pretty good. It's pretty spooky looking, and it looks like it's going to be pretty interesting. The trailer should be on screen for you guys right now. I might check it out when it does come out. I think it's a future release. It should be coming out like later on this year, so kind of excited about it. But other than that, I don't know what else Line Games has done, so that was kind of like strike one for me, where I was like, I don't know, it might not be that good because I'd never heard of Line Games before. Now let me go ahead and self-plug real quick. If you want to check out a Let's Play, right? If you want to check out the game, you don't know if you want to spend your 50 bucks on it or not, you can check out my Let's Play. I did a full Let's Play up into the true ending. I wasn't allowed to upload the true ending. I'll talk about that a little bit later. Like I was saying, I usually recommend people buy the game and play it for themselves first, you know, to support the developers. But you know, if you can't, you know, times are tough right now, COVID. Some of y'all might not have jobs and such. Check out the Let's Play. I'm editing right now, and I literally just now noticed that I didn't talk about why you can't upload the true ending to this game. This is for all the creators that want to cover this game in the future. The developers over at Line Games do not want you to upload the true ending because it would spoil people, and they want people to buy the game, which is fair for them, right? Like, they created the game, they have no press for the game, they want people to go out and buy it, you know? And I agree with them. Like, people should go out and buy the game. So support the developers. Don't don't post up the true ending of the game, please. You'll probably get taken down if you do. The second thing that I want to tell you guys, if you're a content creator and you want to do content on this game, is I got claimed big time while doing my Let's Play of Buried Stars. Like, they claimed me for a lot of the music, so just make sure you know that you might not get any money, ad revenue, or anything like that if you do upload a Let's Play of the game. Your best bet is to stream it, bruh. I'm not gonna lie, stream it over on Twitch or something like that. Don't stream it on YouTube, stream it on Twitch, or you can just stream it and just turn ads off or something like that. But yeah, they will claim you, and don't get striked on that true ending, bruh. Line Games is totally cool with you streaming the true ending. They just don't want a public archive video of the true ending on YouTube anywhere. So just make sure you don't keep it public on your channel. Sorry about that. Back to the video. Speaking of the price of the game, I said it earlier, it is $49.99 US on the PSN and eShop right now. So that right there kind of gives you a perspective on which consoles it is on. It is only on Switch, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and Vita. This was originally a Vita game that was ported over to PS4, PS5, and Switch. Now, I picked up the Switch version. The Switch version didn't have that many problems. I didn't see any, like, you know, technical issues with it, like frame rate drops or anything like that. So y'all should be all right. I think the Switch version is the way to go. I mean, come on. You can play it portably wherever you want, and I feel like visual novels are just better played portably. So real quick, I wanted to jump into the story of the game. So the game is rather familiar to what you visual novel fans are used to if you played games in this genre. The game takes place in Seoul, Korea, where there's a music audition survival show going on called Buried Stars. Yeah, that's the title of the game, Buried Stars, and then the show in the game is called Buried Stars. And there's a lot of buried stars in this. It drops a few times. I like it. It's funny. Currently, the show is on its 4th season and is about to commence the finals with its 5 survivors. Okay, be patient with me because I'm not the best with Korean. A lot of you guys know how to pronounce Korean names, especially some of y'all K-pop gurus out there. But you know what? I'm still new to all of this Korean stuff, so I might butcher it a little bit. I did have a friend help me out a little bit, so I'm just saying. Calm down, all right? So these survivors are, we have in 5th place, So Hyo-sung. We have 4th place Han Do-yoon. We have 3rd place Oh In-ha. We have 2nd place Min Ju-yoon. And then 1st place we have Lee. And I can't say Lee's name, okay? I'm sorry, I tried, I was butchering it. I cut all of that out. Oops, almost forgot to mention that you actually get to play as Do-yoon. That is the main character of this game. He's beautiful, by the way. So what we end up finding out is this night is an important night because they are tallying the votes to see who will be in the top 3. As the fans are just about ready to tally in the votes to see who our finalists are, something unexpected happened. The freaking building collapses. It collapses, y'all. Seriously, like that literally happens. The stadium collapses on everyone. Thankfully though, a majority of the audience is safely evacuated. But sadly, the 5 contestants and 2 staff members, 7 people all together, are trapped in the wreckage. Now, eventually the contestants do regain consciousness and they find out that they still have their smartwatches. Some of you guys are like, well, that's convenient. They all have smartwatches. Later on, you find out that the show actually gave that to them because it's a sponsored event. And have you ever seen like TV shows where, like, especially back in the day, have you ever watched a TV show where it was like sponsored by T-Mobile and like all the characters in the show had like T-Mobile sidekick phones? Y'all remember the sidekick phone? Y'all remember that? Am I old? Yo, I wanted a sidekick phone for the longest time. My parents never bought me one, but I always wanted it. It was just so cool how it like went up and then you started texting. Like that was like innovative at that time. I feel like phones went through so many different like looks and styles and features back in the early 2000s. It was wild. Now the weird thing about these smartwatches is they can't really call anybody outside except the rescue team, but then on top of that they can call each other, which you guys are probably thinking like, hey, if you're trapped in a stadium, like why would you need to call each other? I know it's a little bit weird, but it's explained and it is actually like a gameplay feature too, so you'll understand once you start playing the game. Now, something that they can use to contact people outside is Fader. So they can talk to their fans and such through Fader. Fader is basically like this universe's version of Twitter. It's literally like a verbatim Twitter. So after they contact the rescue team and such, the rescue team tells them, hey, we're gonna be there in a certain amount of time. Just stay in there. We're trying to cut through the walls right now. It's gonna be a minute. So just chill. But in the meantime, as the rescue team is cutting in trying to get to the survivors find out that this might actually be an inside job, and there is a person who is pretending to be the director of the show. And this person is on Fader, wreaking havoc, literally telling people that one person will die at certain intervals if they are in last place. So as this is all going on, fans are still voting for the contestants, which is pretty messed up if you think about it, right? Like, these people are trapped, and now this person is coming out of nowhere telling people that, like, hey, if you don't vote for your favorite person right now, they are possibly going to die. I think what's interesting about the Fader mechanic specifically is you really get to see how celebrities are viewed in the public eye. You get to see all the gossip and the hate and the cancellations and stuff like that. It's cool. This game reminds me of a Black Mirror episode. Like, it could be a Black Mirror episode. There's so many twists and turns that you'll see while you play this game, and it's gonna leave you asking questions all the time. I feel like as I was playing this game, right, there were times where I was like, I got all of this figured out. I was like, yeah, I know who this person is. I know how this person died, yada, yada, yada. And the game was just like, nope, it goes into a completely different direction. And I'm like, wait, what? That is such a surprise, because I feel like games like Danganronpa and Your Turn to Die, I'm just able to kind of guess through things. But this game was like, nope, we're pulling you in all these different directions. I loved that because it kept me on the edge of my seat the entire time. It was a wild ride. It was just a roller coaster. The game has a pretty small cast of characters, but each idol feels pretty realistic. Like, you will like each and every one of these characters, and you get a lot of backstory throughout the game through opportunities called rapport events. These events are triggered due to the status of your relationship with each character, which actually reminds me, maybe I should talk about the gameplay now. So Buried Stars kind of reminds me of the original idea or concept of Danganronpa. Maybe some of my Danganronpa fans know what I'm talking about. Y'all know Danganronpa Distrust. So if you guys remember kind of the original idea of Danganronpa Distrust, it was more of like, you know, having this system where characters will trust you and such, or not trust you. Based on if they trust you or not, it's going to make the, you know, situations dynamic and have different things happening and such. This game kind of plays like that, where the things you ask a particular character or the way you answer to them can either increase or decrease the trust they have in you. The status of your relationship with each character will have an impact on the endings. So keep that in mind, because if you want a certain ending, you're gonna have to answer questions a certain way and ask each character certain topics and such. Not only do you have to worry about the relationships Do-yoon is having with each one of these characters, but you also have to worry about Do-yoon's sanity, which is also affected by different story elements that's going on, and also how you interact with each and every one of these characters and how they talk to you. So if you lose all your sanity, it's game over. So be super mindful of that while you're playing this game. This system can get kind of annoying after a while. I feel like on the first playthrough, what I recommend is just kind of go with the flow, answer the questions how you want, you know, go through Fader and such, and look at all of the stuff through there, because a lot of the stuff that you're going to see on Fader is going to be like more backstory elements for each and every character. So you want to read everything in this game. Everything that is provided to you is very important. You learn so much about the characters and such through that, though, these different ways, these different features, calling them and such like that. So keep that in mind. There were a lot of times where I was like getting frustrated with the game because I felt like the characters just wouldn't like me, especially certain characters. I was like, no matter what I ask, no matter what I do, this particular character just hates me, and I just can't figure it out. But like I said earlier, on the first playthrough, don't worry about it. Just kind of go through it. I think that ending is pretty much going to be the same for all of you guys. But on your second and third playthrough, I definitely recommend a guide. A guide really helped me get to the endings that I wanted to do, especially the true ending. Trust me, you're gonna do so many playthroughs of this game. And what kind of sucks, and I kind of wish they would have put this in the game, there's no flowchart like Zero Escape. So you kind of have to go back to the beginning of the game and skip all the dialogue and sit there and smash X or whatever until you can get through each and every dialogue scene to where you want to be, which really sucks. And I would have to like give the game a minus for that in particular. I kind of wish they had some kind of flowchart or something like that. It made Zero Escape so much better. If you've ever played 999, oh my god, it was so bad to play that game on DS. I feel like most of my time was just skipping dialogue. So if they ever come out with a Buried Stars 2, Hopefully Line Games listens to me and they understand that like a flowchart is the way to go if you're gonna have multiple endings at the end of the day. Make sure you're on it with the relationship status because that's really important on the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth playthroughs. Now, next up, this is really important. I really wanted to talk to you guys about the art and music before we end the video. I wanted those to be, you know, focused on last because I think art and music is a big deal, especially when you're playing a visual novel. The art in Buried Stars is phenomenal. I love the look of each and every character, and the game has a lot of dark colors and shadows to fit the depressing mood and tone of the game. They also mix this like 2.5D with 3D environments to kind of keep you immersed, which I thought was pretty cool to see, especially in certain points, because at first I thought it was just like a 2.5D looking game, but no, like they actually like turn the camera at times and they show you like the 3D environments, and it's pretty beautiful. There's a lot of CGs in this too that look fantastic. I'll post a couple on the screen right now, but they look beautiful. I will say though, there's only a couple different places you get to see since you're in a small rubble-filled stadium. The ceiling is literally collapsing on them all the time, so they don't really want to move too much, you know what I mean? You don't want to go into the wrong room or wrong door and then get trapped. So sometimes the game can get a little boring to look at because you're like in one or two different areas the whole entire time. It's not like Danganronpa, Your Turn to Die, or even Zero Escape where you're walking around, you know, seeing all these different sections of the building and such. Like, no, it doesn't work like that. So it can get a bit tiring to look at times. I'm not gonna lie, there was times where I was like, man, where am I right now? Like everything just looked the same, but you get over it because I mean, it's the story, right? Like it only makes sense to be that way. They can't move that far in a rubble-filled stadium. As far as the music goes, it definitely did the job. There wasn't that many memorable tracks per se. Like if you were like, hey Blaze, name a couple of your favorite tracks in the game, I would not be able to name them for you. Nothing was really memorable, but there's definitely some bangers, some really good songs that were put in certain sections like perfectly, where I was like, yes, I'm feeling the emotion right now. That was a great song. I'm glad they put that there. But yeah, it definitely wasn't that memorable at all compared to Your Turn to Die or Danganronpa. I feel like I remember songs in those games a lot more, and I would listen to them outside of just the game, but it's a pretty good soundtrack overall. I'm so glad that Crosspaw and Minnie told me about this game. It's a fantastic game. I'm so happy that a lot of people that did watch the Let's Play, you guys enjoyed it. You had a great time with it. I enjoyed the game too. A lot of my friends and a lot of viewers also said that they bought the game, and I'm like, yes, thank you. Now this video is not sponsored whatsoever. I am not affiliated with Line Games or Buried Stars at all. I just want to draw more attention to this game in particular because I feel like people are still sleeping on it even after I did my Let's Play, bro. So please check the game out. Like I said, you can pick it up on Switch, $49.99 right now, or on PlayStation 4, 5, or Vita for also $49.99. Or you could wait until Black Friday or something like that, and maybe there'll be a sale for it. Or hey, my Let's Play is available for you guys to watch. So there's so many ways for you guys to experience this game for the first time, and I hope you guys do. So do not forget to like the video. Also comment down below your thoughts on the game from what you guys have heard so far. Does it seem like a game that you'd be interested in? I'd like to know. And subscribe if you're new for more videos like this. And I'll see you guys next time. Deuces.
Hope will never die.